everyone, and welcome to Be Money Smart. I'm your host, August here. This is your daily podcast on how to efficiently build wealth in all aspects of your life. This is our second episode. Today, I want to share something I recently encountered, which ties into our title, How to Succeed at Everything You Do. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to glide through their life, succeeding effortlessly at everything they tried? You might wonder if they are secretly working hard behind the scenes or have tons of connections or what their secret might be. I have someone like that in my life who I see as a mentor or friend. He's older than me, but we meet about once a week, and I like to call him the boss because he has such a boss-like mindset. He shared something really interesting with me recently. He said, I basically succeed at everything I do. Why? Because I completely think through every single step. For example, if you are cooking a dish, you think through all the steps and then nail each one. If you get all the steps right, you are bound to succeed, right? This is a three-step approach. To make this happen, first you need the right mindset. Don't limit yourself. Truly believe you can succeed at whatever you set your mind to. This is super important because sometimes we don't even start something or fail because of the limitation we put on ourselves. Human potential is all about pushing boundaries, and often those boundaries are self-imposed. The second step is about actually doing things. Break down what you are doing into steps and processes. You can use AI or ChatGPT to do that and figure out how to complete each one. If you do that, completing the task becomes natural. It's a natural process. The third step is build on second. For straightforward things like cooking or studying for exam, there isn't much uncertainties or many hidden rules. However, those of us who have been in the workforce know that hard work alone doesn't always cut it. So dealing with uncertainty and relationship. When things are uncertain or you need to navigate relationships, you still need to work through each step. However, some of my friends might argue that you sometimes have to make unfair sacrifices, especially for women. And for this, we need to consider a few things like first, set your boundaries. Decide what you are willing to do and what you are not. Even if you will make a sacrifice in a moment, like being manipulated or giving in to some unspoken rules, it might seem like you move forward, but you really haven't. And so you've just been forced to serve someone's interest, but you haven't actually overcome anything. So take a moment to think about other ways to reach your goal. Honestly, if you really think through all the steps clearly, they are usually above the board and just straightforward without hidden agenda and unspoken rules. When there are some unspoken rules, the person being manipulated is usually the one who suffers the most. And I think many of you would agree. So I believe we should stick to the right path. Just staying on the right path. Believe ourselves. Don't let others tell you, oh, you can do it that way. Based on my experience, it won't work. You have to do it my way. Or I just telling you this for your own good. We've all heard these things before, so I won't go on. The point is the experience can be outdated. For example, your parents' experience from 30 years ago might not apply today. While older people may have more experience in some areas like connecting or communicate with people, we can use that knowledge, transfer the knowledge into our own advantage instead of falling into the patterns they expect. Now AI is becoming more powerful, so many jobs are controlled by algorithms. People in this job might be at the mercy of algorithm control, which dictates how much they earn, how they make money, or how to take order, how many orders they handle per day. It's easy to get trapped by these algorithms and be used by the rules. So instead, we should use these rules to get our own advantage, to control the algorithm, not be controlled by them. rather be manipulated by the unspoken rules. This is so important. When my friend, the boss, told me about this, it gave me a lot to think. So by using this 3-step mindset, you can actually achieve a lot. I can't promise 100% success in your career, but if you start with this approach, things should generally go well, and others will see you as someone who can make the things happen. This reminds me of the book called Thinking Like Champion. The top students in school always maintain their grades. I just remember students in my middle school who was always the top of our class. She was a type who consistently had the highest scores across all subjects. And in high school, it was the same thing. Students with good grades had reasons for it. Attitude is a part of it, but more importantly, it's their learning method. Successful people tend to be successful across the board. We all have the same 24 hours, but when you and someone else do the same task and work, they might do it faster and better, and still have time to do other things and excel at those too. So I think today's 3-step approach will inspire you. Today we can use the tools like AI and ChatGPT, but the idea is the same. Even before the AI, it's about thinking and methodology. So do you have the right mindset, and do you have effective method and technique for doing things quickly and well? At a higher level, some people might give up when they encounter unspoken rules, which is understandable. And there is an old saying goes, human propose and God dispose. Something actually are beyond our control, but can we do just our best to bring them under our control? If we encounter unfamiliar roles or environment and enter unfamiliar circles, people try to control us with their rules. Can we just adapt, learn, or even use them into and transform into our own advantages? This is a great way to break through limitation, and whether they are about class, age, professional ground, it can give you a more comprehensive way of thinking. I'm not just promoting these tactics, but you can often figure out where you are stuck and how to break through. In this episode, I'm focusing on how to achieve things specifically in study, work, learning, and making money. So if you are facing difficulties in these areas, try this 3-step approach and see if it broadens your thinking and helps you break through. Alright, that's all for today's episode. If you found today's discussion valuable, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcast. And we'd love it if you leave us a review. It really helps other folks find the show. Until next time, keep making those smart money moves. Goodbye.